Okay, welcome to the exciting second part of this, right? So we're going to do step one. Step one is to actually figure out what the force of repulsion is. This is a little tricky. Where the basic idea is we're going to use F is KQQ over R squared, right? But R is tricky. R is a distance, like here, it's this distance here. We're going to have to figure out what that is, right? So let's just look at that. That distance right there is actually going to be the square root of, and this is 0.75 and that's 0.75, right? So we square that and use the Pythagorean theorem is what we're doing. Or the distance formula or whatever, right? That's what that distance is. And then this distance here, okay, whoops. I can't draw it, but there it is, right? This guy is going to be the square root of what is this? 1.9 is to here, right? So 1.9 squared plus 0.75 squared, okay? Now what's interesting is that when we put those, this is that distance there. When we put that in for the distance, notice that it's squared, so isn't that going to get rid of our square roots? I'll show you. Let's do this. Okay, draw a nice straight line. Let's do the force of C on A. Okay, well the force of C on A is going to be, I'm just using this KQQ over R squared, so it's going to be 8.99 E9, and then C is 153, right? And that's E minus 6 because it's microcoulombs, right? Okay, and then this guy's 16 E minus 6, right? And then we are going to divide by that distance there squared, right? So it's, well, it's the square root of 0.75 squared plus 0.75 squared, right? And don't we have to square that, right? Because we're putting the squared there, right? So notice that that squared is going to get rid of the square root. We can just do this without a square root, okay? Which is what I'll do. Okay, so let me type that into my calculator. Okay, 8.99 E9 times 153 E minus 6 times 16 E minus 6 divided by, and then I'm just simply going to go left parenthesis. I'm not going to bother with like square rooting and then squaring, right? I'm just going left parenthesis 0.75 squared plus 0.75 squared. Okay. And I get 19.56 newtons, which is what I should get, right? I get 19.56224 newtons. I'm storing that in my memory location A, just for fun, right? And then let's figure out FBA, right? That's this force here of B on A, right? That's going to be 8.99 E9. B is 312, right? Microcoulombs. A is still 16 microcoulombs, so 16 E minus 6, right? And then I can simply go, R squared is simply going to be 1.9 squared plus 0.75 squared. Again, the reason why you're not seeing the square root is that, remember, it's squared, and when you square it, it gets rid of the square root. If you want to write it this way, that's fine. I don't really care. Okay, so let me go second entry. I'm so lazy, I'm going to edit this thing. Okay, so let's go 1.9. Change it to 1.9. Let's change that to 312. And indeed, I get 10.76. I actually get 10.75568, etc. I'm going to store that in my location B. Let's see. Oh, I've got them. Okay, good enough. All right. So that is the first step, right? Is calculate the forces, and we're good.